So now we're going to have a look at locations, put away instructions and pick instructions. So this is a level up from just receiving goods into stock to a specific location. This is now going into the detail of, okay, we're going to send an instruction to the warehouse to say, put away these goods or pick these goods into or from a specific bin code. Okay, so the role center or home screen that I'm going to continue to use is shipping and receiving. Because it's got a list of tiles that reflect our progress according to what's coming through. And I'm going to start by showing you how we set up locations. So we're going to locations, and the one we're going to use for this example is the hub. So I've set up the hub with some very simple parameters. So within there, we're saying that for this location, we require that there's a put away instruction, we require that there's a pick instruction, and we also need to make sure that the goods are going into a particular bin. Okay. Now, this is very basic stuff. We're not using any of the warehousing or any of the advanced warehousing capability. The system can be used as a full warehouse management system, but that's generally for businesses with much more complex and larger scale operations. So we're not going to cover those in this session, but if you do want more information on more of the specific warehouse management capability of Business Central, then we can go into that if you need to. But for the time being, I'm going to come out of my location. And then I'm going to use the example of a purchase order that we want to put away once received. So I'm going to go into Fabricam, which is the one that we're working on at the moment. So we can see that we've got 2 of the Rome guest chair that we want to bring into the hub in bin location A. So the first step is to release the order to say that we've received notifications from the supplier that they are going to ship the goods to us. So that's after we've sent off that purchase order request there. And what we can see is on the homepage that will drop into the expected purchase orders today. Okay, if we go back to the purchase order, this is where we can then generate the pick instruction as well, which is going to direct the warehouse guys on where they need to put the goods. So we can go into process, create put away or create inventory put away, click on OK, and then that will create that instruction to go through to the warehouse staff. So once again, if I go back into the home page, I can see the tiles update to say we've now got an inventory put away that somebody needs to action. Assuming the goods are coming to the warehouse, we can go into that put away instruction, we can see the bin that it needs to go into, and then we can see the quantity to handle there, update it so it knows that it's been done. We can then go into post. In this example, I'm just going to imagine that I'm in the warehouse and receiving the goods. I don't want to generate the invoice, so I'll just click on receive. Okay. What this means then, going back to the home screen, is we then get a receipt to say that this has been brought into stock, which is the one here, 228. But that purchase order is still ready to be invoiced. Yeah, so it's not going to clear off that purchase order until we've invoiced it. Now, it's up to the people in accounts or in the office to go into that purchase order and update it. But if they do need a prompt, then we might want to create a task. So you can go into user tasks, and you could say something like picked order, whatever the number is, and then you can assign the task to somebody else so it appears in their task list. So there is a means of communicating within Business Central without having to rely on emails. But, as I say, if you're not doing that, then people could just pick it up on the purchase orders that are yet to be invoiced. So we'll do that now. We'll go into the purchase order. Imagine that I'm now in the finance team or the purchasing team. I can go in, I can specify the vendor invoice, and in the same way that's been shown previously, I can post that so that that's cleared off. Excellent. So we can see now that we've got no action on the purchase invoices, but we can see that we've got that purchase receipt there and no other activities in terms of picks and putaways. Okay. But if we then imagine that I then need to ship that, we can go into sales orders, works in exactly the same way. So I'm just going to pick a random sales order that we've got here actually, no, I won't use that. Let's just create a new sales order very quickly for that same guest chair. So let's say that we're sending it to the Alpine Ski House. And let's say that we're going to send that Rome. Okay, sorry, it's caught me out. Rome guest chair. Okay, there we go. And we'll see that we've got 2 available here, but actually if we switch to the hub, we've got 4 available there. Yeah, so we've got that live availability per location, and let's say that we'll just send out 2 of these. Okay, but because we require a pick instruction now, we need to follow the same process. So we'll go ahead and release, and then we'll create an inventory pick. So I'm not going to create a put away, I'm going to create a pick instead. Click on OK, and then it will create that pick activity for us to follow through in the same way. So we've got inventory pick due today. Go into the pick instruction, same as before. Handle it. Post, and in this time, instead of just shipping it and getting somebody else to invoice it, I'm just going to ship an invoice to clear that down completely. Okay. So once you get used to it, very simple process. Obviously, here we're working from the point of view of one person who's essentially assuming two roles, one in the office and one in the warehouse. But hopefully that gives a good illustration. To order Dynamics 365 licenses or to sign up to a 30-day free trial, navigate to d365.link/now.